Absolutely goose egg. All right, and I love AE, man. Y'all know I love me some AE. But she got that work put on her, fam. It was a body-to-body game. Hey, I'm about to straight up dominate you with strength. Look at this. I mean, AB said, forget the threes. I'm going to the paint. Waka Flocka was playing in her head. I'm going hard to the paint. What you think? I mean, she wasn't playing, fam. Look at this. Straight up putting that body on. Look at AB. Oh, my goodness.
That's not just basketball dominance. That's a statement. Aliyah Boston just put the entire league on notice, bodying two of the WNBA's biggest names in back-to-back games like they were rookies. And the way she did it reveals something critical about this 1v1 tournament that nobody's talking about yet.
Man, so first thing we need to take a look at is how she dominated Breanna Stewart. All right, absolutely got her up off the court. Highlights brought to you by Women's Hoops Network. Come on, man. We just have to take a look at this, all right? Now, Breanna Stewart looked like she was giving her some work a little bit, right? Look at this. Nice little shot right there. Turnaround jumper. Driving in. Nice little shimmy shake, turn around, hook lay, if you want to call it that. It's pretty nice, right?
Let's start with the matchup everyone wanted to see. Breanna Stewart versus Aliyah Boston. Stewart came in as the favorite. A two-time WNBA champion with one of the most complete offensive games in basketball. Watch that opening sequence again. Stewart's getting her spots, hitting that turnaround jumper, working her post moves. She's doing everything right. And then Boston just says no. That block wasn't luck. That was a player who's been studying film, who knows exactly when Stewart likes to rise up, and who has the wingspan and timing to erase it completely.
Get that out of there, all right? Get that out of there. AB, getting strong. Man, look, man. She gets you in that restricted area. You lunch meat, all right? You might as well put some ketchup and mustard on yourself, because you ain't nothing but burger meat, fam. You out of there. Eating you. Easy money. Look at this jab step. Knockdown. What in the world is AB on right now, man? Absolutely on fire on Rival right now. Oh my goodness, the dream shake.
Here's what makes Boston so dangerous in this format. In a 5-on-5 game, defenses can help. They can scheme. They can send doubles. You can't do that in 1v1. And when Boston gets you in the restricted area, you're not just fighting her size, you're fighting that South Carolina championship pedigree, that Dawn Staley coaching, that defensive instinct that got her Rookie of the Year. Stewart found that out the hard way. 11-7. Boston didn't just win, she dominated a player who's supposed to be in her prime.
Put her away. 11-7, fam. All right, that's the game with Breanna Stewart. Now, tonight, they had to actually play, I think it's the semis and the quarterfinals. So they had to play both of those, if I'm not mistaken. So this was the other game, all right? Aliyah Boston going against Aliyah Edwards. The battle of Aliyahs, fam.
But that was just the warm-up, because later that same night, Boston had to face Alyssa Thomas in what turned into the most physical game of the entire tournament, and this is where we need to talk about what this format actually reveals. Thomas is built for this, 6'2", strong as anyone in the league, known for imposing her will in the paint. She's the kind of player who should theoretically have an advantage in a pure strength battle. Watch what happens.
I'm just gonna give y'all the quick news. Absolutely goose egg. All right, and I love AE, man. Y'all know I love me some AE. But she got that work put on her, fam. It was a body-to-body game. Hey, I'm about to straight up dominate you with strength. Look at this. I mean, AB said, forget the threes. I'm going to the paint. Waka Flocka was playing in her head. I'm going hard to the paint. What you think? I mean, she wasn't playing, fam. Look at this. Straight up putting that body on. Look at AB. Oh, my goodness.
That's not finesse basketball. That's body on body, old school, physical dominance. Boston is literally walking Thomas down the court, backing her up like she's got 30 pounds on her. And here's the detail everyone's missing. Thomas is one of the strongest players in the WNBA. She's been doing this to people her entire career. But against Boston, she's the one getting moved, She's the one losing position, she's the one falling all over the place trying to stay in front of her. This isn't just about size. This is about a player who's figured out how to use every inch of her frame.
Aliyah Boston is going to have to watch herself when she go to bed, because she just whooped on 2 UConn heads, man. 2 UConn heads tonight. Look at this. Straight up goose egged her. Oh, my goodness, man. No answer for her. Aliyah Boston just absolutely dominating out here, man. Hey, look, I think she going to take it. It's either her or Chelsea Gray, man, because Chelsea Gray, I can't hold y'all, man. That woman is out here laying belt to...
Now let's talk about what happened with Paige Bueckers, because this moment tells you everything about the pressure these players are under. Chelsea Gray gets the call on what Bueckers thought was a floor foul. The refs say shooting motion, Gray goes to the line, and Bueckers completely loses it. But here's what makes this significant. This isn't some hothead rookie throwing a tantrum. This is a player who just beat Aliyah Wilson earlier in the night, who was riding high, who had every reason to feel confident, and one call flips that entire emotional state.
Look at this, man. So, Paige Bueckers, she got the foul right there. I can't hold you. She fouled her while she was on the floor. That was a floor foul. I can't hold you. But they didn't call that. They said, look, she was in shooting motion, gave her the foul, the shooting foul, and Paige was upset, fam. Look at her. Paige lost it. Look. Look at her. Look at her. She's like, good job. Yeah. Yeah, nice job. Look. Hey, Paige. Hey, she took off.
Watch the sequence again. Bueckers gives the ref the thumbs up. Not once, but multiple times. She's walking away, still giving thumbs up, making sure everyone knows exactly how she feels about that call. And you can see it in her body language, the way she's moving, the way she won't even look at the ref. That's not just frustration with one call. That's the accumulation of pressure in a format where there's nowhere to hide. In a team game, you've got teammates to pick you up. You've got timeouts to reset. In 1v1, every call feels magnified because it's just you out there. Here's the context that matters. Bueckers had just beaten Wilson, one of the best players on the planet, in the previous round. She had to feel like she was on her way to the semifinals. And then Chelsea Gray, who's been absolutely cooking people in this tournament, gets a call that Bueckers thinks she shouldn't have gotten. That's the kind of moment that can break your mental state in a 1v1 setting.
Look at this. Shout out to her. I mean, I can only give her props, man. Like I stated before, I think Chelsea Gray is a top scorer, man. She is a scorer all the way, through and through, man. Chelsea Gray just shoots in your eyeball, get you straight Visine work, clear eyes, right? Just straight up Visine work, fam. Nice bucket by Paige right there. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense, bro. I mean, this is crazy work. Chelsea Gray just gets whatever she wants out here. Look at this. Oh, my goodness, man. I mean, it does not matter. You can put whatever in her eyes. She's still going to make the shot. Look at it. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. And then, of course, we saw this part, man. This was...
And speaking of Chelsea Gray, we need to address what she's doing in this tournament because it's borderline unfair. Watch this sequence against Jackie Young and then against Bueckers. Gray is not the biggest player. She's not the most athletic. She's not even the highest scorer in the regular season. But in a 1v1 format, she might be the most dangerous player in the entire field. Why? Because her game is built on skill, footwork, and shot making. She doesn't need space. She doesn't need a screen. She doesn't need help. She just needs the ball and 18 feet of court. That move right there, that's pure craftsmanship. The footwork, the shoulder fake, the touch on the finish. Young is a great defender, and she's got no chance. Gray is getting whatever she wants, whenever she wants it. And the thing about Gray is that she's been doing this at the highest level for over a decade. She's won championships. She's hit game winners. She's performed in the biggest moments. This 1v1 tournament pressure doesn't faze her.
Good job. Good job, man. Yeah, great job, refs. Yeah, good job, buddy. I do want to show some love to Kelsey Mitchell, man. She almost did it. Had a good game against who she was playing first. I forgot who she played first, but had to run it to Kelsey Plum, and Kelsey Plum was not playing with a dog. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Straight knockdown. It was a back and forth battle, but Kelsey Plum just had a little bit too much for her. Nice drive by Mitchell. The flash. Come on, man. Y'all see the bolt on her chest? She be gone. Look at it. When she hit that, I said, hold on now. Kelsey Mitchell was about to cook up. Look at the chef apron and the hat on her. Come on, man. She's ready to cook. She is ready to cook, man. I said, look, the way Kelsey was getting after it in that first game, I said, man, look, I'm gonna need that recipe book. Then Kelsey Plum just started cooking, man. Look at this shot. That was crazy.
Now let's talk about Kelsey Mitchell, because her run in this tournament deserves more attention than it's getting. Mitchell came into this as someone who could score, but maybe didn't have the reputation of some of these bigger names. And in her first game, she absolutely cooked. Watch the confidence, watch the shot making, watch the way she's moving. That's a player who believes she belongs in this conversation. But then she runs into Kelsey Plum in the next round, and this is where the tournament gets interesting. Because Plum is one of the most complete guards in the WNBA. She can score from all three levels, she's got the handle, she's got the footwork, and she's got championship experience from winning the WNBA title in 2023. Mitchell puts up a fight, she hits some big shots, she keeps it competitive, but ultimately, Plum's experience and shot-making ability is just too much. That three right there, that's the dagger. Mitchell gave her too much space, and Plum made her pay. And here's what this tells us about the tournament. Talent alone isn't enough. You need experience, you need mental toughness, and you need the ability to execute under pressure when there's no one else to bail you out. So let's break down what we've learned from this tournament and why it matters more than just entertainment. First, the format reveals things about players that we don't see in regular games. Aliyah Boston's dominance over Stewart and Thomas shows that she's not just a good young player, she's someone who can physically impose her will on established stars. That has implications for how teams will game plan against Indiana next season. If Boston can do this in 1v1, imagine what happens when she's got shooters around her and defenses can't just load up on her. Second, the mental aspect of 1v1 basketball is completely different from team play. Bueckers' reaction to that call shows how quickly emotions can shift when you're out there alone. In the regular season, she's got teammates, coaches, timeouts. In this tournament, it's just her and her ability to manage frustration in real time. That's a skill that translates to clutch situations in real games. Third, veteran savvy matters. Chelsea Gray is proving that experience and skill can overcome athleticism in a pure basketball setting. She's not outrunning anyone, she's not out-jumping anyone. She's just outplaying them with footwork, shot-making, and basketball IQ. That's the kind of player who can extend their career because their game isn't built on physical tools that decline with age. Fourth, this tournament format is something the WNBA should absolutely continue. The engagement has been incredible, the competition has been legitimate, and it's giving fans a completely different way to evaluate these players. We're seeing matchups that would never happen in a regular game, we're seeing players pushed outside their comfort zones, and we're seeing who can actually perform when there's no system to fall back on. Now looking ahead to the semifinals, we've got Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, Aliyah Boston, and Alyssa Thomas. That's an incredibly diverse Final Four. You've got two crafty guards in Gray and Plum who can score from anywhere. You've got two physical post players in Boston and Thomas who can dominate in the paint. The matchups are going to be fascinating because the styles are so different. If Gray faces Boston, that's a pure skill versus size matchup. Can Gray's shot-making overcome Boston's length and defensive ability? If Plum faces Thomas, that's quickness versus strength. Can Plum use her speed and shooting to keep Thomas from imposing her physical game? And if we get Gray versus Plum in the finals, that might be the best pure basketball matchup of the entire tournament. Two guards who can score at all three levels, both with championship experience, both with the mental toughness to perform under pressure. The smart money right now is probably on Chelsea Gray or Aliyah Boston. Gray because she's been the most consistent performer, and her game is perfectly suited for this format. Boston because she's shown she can dominate anyone physically, and her confidence is sky high after beating Stewart and Thomas, but don't sleep on Kelsey Plum. She's got the scoring ability, she's got the championship pedigree, and she's been in big moments before. Here's the bigger question though. What does this tournament tell us about the WNBA's future? Because the fact that players are willing to do this, to put themselves out there in a format where there's no hiding, where every mistake is magnified, that shows a level of confidence and competitive fire that's exactly what the league needs. These aren't players protecting their brands or worrying about looking bad, these are competitors who want to prove they're the best. And from a fan engagement perspective, this is exactly the kind of content that grows the league. It's accessible, it's entertaining, it's creating conversations and debates. People are picking sides, arguing about matchups, making predictions. That's how you build a fan base. The WNBA has spent years trying to figure out how to capture casual fans' attention, and this tournament format might be one of the best answers they've found. So who's winning this whole thing? My pick is Aliyah Boston. She's got the physical advantage over everyone, she's playing with supreme confidence, and she's already proven she can beat two of the best players in the tournament. But I want to hear from you. Who are you taking? Are you going with the veteran experience of Chelsea Gray, the scoring ability of Kelsey Plum, the physical dominance of Boston, or are you riding with Alyssa Thomas to bounce back after that loss? Drop your pick in the comments and let's see who's got the best basketball IQ. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe because we're going to be covering the rest of this tournament as it unfolds.